tactical genius, he's the one to see on VP4TV. He's wild and he's free. Eyeball top number 50, you and me. With his cunning moves, he's rocking endlessly. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tables and cues, they bend to his will. Every shot he takes gives everyone a thrill. With a glance and aim, he works to the skill. In the ball, legend from the chill. Tactical genius with every play, making magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. From the quarterback to the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just for fortune or luck, but skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper. Magic happen every single day. In the world of billiards, he knows the way, taking every shot with prayers we say. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. Rack him up, he steps to the ground. Crowds gather round without a sound. With a twisted stroke, his fame is profound. Every victory makes our hearts pound. To the perfect cut, he wins the game without a single strut. Chalk it up, just for fortune or luck, but skill like his, it never gets stuck. On VP4TV, he's the showstopper. 9ball.com's the king, no one can top her. Watch him play and you'll be a hopper. He's the man, we all shout proper.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear, outside, never mind.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else. No bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.
Right, good evening, folks. Welcome back to VP4TV. We have another match in this year's 10-ball World Championship. It's the one lost side match. Wait a minute, is that my phone I'm hearing? That's what it is. Yeah, that's better. The volume's up my phone. Right, I'll start again. We are here for this one lost side match tonight. Race to 13 in the 10-ball Virtual World Championship on the 10-footer table. We've got MC_Clarkey representing the United Kingdom up against Larry representing the United States. And we have this match tonight, which was just arranged earlier on today. And we also have the match tomorrow on the one lost side between Bedhead and Spectre Dawn. So two big matches. And of course, I'm off as of this morning. And I don't go back to work until Friday, so I can get both of these matches. This one starts at the top of the hour at 7 p.m. British Summer Time, Greenwich Mean Time, sorry. And then, of course, the one tomorrow night is an hour later. It is at 8 o'clock p.m. or 2000 hours GMT. So should be both good matches. They should, the two of them. They're quality players in, and we expect the best from them. I've had no message from Steve. Good afternoon to Rob. No doubt he may well just show up. I'll have a quick look in Discord. I'll do that right now. Just give me a sec. Right, so no sign of Steve in Discord. It may well be the usual thing. He may well just show up in the room and then I'll know that he's actually in Discord. So, well, we've got one player who is trying to make the breakthrough in winning one of these tournaments. He's come close recently, Matt, I believe. I can't remember when it was. Somebody else will know. But it was... he's getting closer and closer to going all the way in one of these. And we've got Larry, who's been there. He's had more than one opportunity, definitely more than one over the years to win one of these things. And he's fallen at the final hurdle and crashed and burned. And it's getting late in the day for Larry to win one of these. And he'll do it his way. So Matt has that beautiful soft control. Larry will just be going all out for it. You know what he's like. So we'll see who wins out. I'm going to sit in the fence and let the two of them battle it out. There we go. Get rid of that off the screen. So, how many have we got? We've got 4 people in. The viewer count seems to be working at the moment. And, well, probably not a lot of people around. See, the other thing is we've got, I've got an hour before the Champions League football match starts. There's about half a dozen matches on tonight, so people will go and watch them as well. But I would expect more people to drop in once they know this is up and running. And we'll get tabbed into the tournament tab because that room should be going up now. And I'm just going to do a quick tab to have another look. Right, so Steve, if he's intended to appear, will appear. He's not in Discord. He will show up in the room as and when he notices that this match is on, or he might be too busy. But I'm going to get in the room. 10-foot table, race to 13, lag for the break. Good afternoon. Welcome to Bill. Welcome to Bedhead. We wait on both players arriving. Matt is in. Well, I think this could end up being a close call. I think if you just go with the plain and simple way of doing it, then you would expect Larry to make more errors, more unforced errors than Matt over the piece. But it might be difficult to split these two guys. We will see. So here we go. We've got Matt on the right-hand side, Larry on the left, and off we go. Hopefully I'm coming through loud and clear. And incidentally, for you guys that were watching the other day, where not Discord, where XSplit died on me, I restarted Discord after the stream was finished, and I checked to see if there was any updates for XSplit, which there was. Weird things can happen with XSplit if it's needing an update, and that might be the case. Well, here's hoping that is the case. I have since updated XSplit. There's more bug fixes that they've done for it, so hopefully that should be as okay. And meanwhile, Matt, having won the lag, has had a good start. He's had a ball and a shot. But little thin cut in the two. I mean, this is just a deft touch again. And he looks as if he's got a reasonable angle to stun across, miss everything. He's got to watch he doesn't stun this too good and scratch. Yeah, he's got a hold of the cue ball, because he could have scratched up in that top right-hand corner. So now the interesting thing is what he's going to do here, because this 6-ball is very dodgy. He's trying to get inside, and that was very tricky. And he might be able to squeeze this in off the jaw. And he did use all of the jaw. And now this is a make or break shot. He's got to be on the 8-ball. But this is one of these blind cuts. The usual problems that follow. And that's not getting there. So he's done all the hard work. And this is exactly what Larry has to do. He has to pounce. And he can't be frittering away stuff like this. He's got to get that cue ball out there, though. And this is the difficult thing, judging this. And he's managed to sort of kill it. And I would suggest just leave the 9 long. Don't do anything elaborate. Just leave the 9 long. And you can have a little roll through or a stop for the 10 into the top right-hand corner. And everything is simple. And that's exactly what he's going to do. Now I'm just going to test the replays working. And it is, because I'm going to give Larry that 10 ball. Well, he's still got to pot this. But this would be a good steal for Larry. Letting Matt do all the hard work. Good evening to Coldest Pillow. Well, that's a good score, but we don't know who for. You've got to give us a bit more of a clue. 13-12. To anyone in particular. Alright, it's one of them. It's a sit in the fence, 13-12. Well, that's what I'm pretty much doing, because I don't want to call this. It could definitely go either way. It could be very close. But Larry's had a good start. He's had a ball. Don't know that he's got much of a shot, though. Well, that's not good, is it? That's pretty poor, Larry. Enough room for the one ball to go in. The problem is not the one ball, the problem is the cue ball and where the two ball is. Good evening, welcome to Mark. Well, I'm hoping this match won't be taking much longer than an hour or so, because I want to watch this football. I want to see how much Celtic actually play in this game against Bayern, or whether we get completely blitzed. The odds on us getting blitzed are fairly strong. But I'm thinking that Bayern actually don't need to do anything. They've already got the win. The win's already in the bag. They've got a 2-1 lead. I'm just hoping Celtic go over there and actually play some football. Maybe scare them a bit. Anyway, Larry's ended up getting ball in hand here. Here's a typical example of a table where any players who remain in this tournament right now and have got matches coming up, these are the type of tables you must get out on. I mean, there's no real difficulty here at all. It's all about the cue ball, and that's going too high on top of the 3, and he's going to take a lump out of the 9 ball. He's got no idea how this is going to pan out. None whatsoever. This is basically a bit of a hit and hope to try and get away from that 9 and have some sort of shot in the 4. Because I can't see any other outcome in this. Well, he'll take that, because it's went in the right direction. Well, now it's... You would think he's got to go 2 rails to be certain he's going to be in the 5. He doesn't want to be blocked off by that 7 ball. He can't be feathering this in. He's got to go 2 rails. Oh dear, hang on a minute. And he's okay. Just threatened to maybe go pear-shaped there, but he's fine. Well, Larry's got to take this home, this rack, the way these are sitting. There's really no excuse. Well, he doesn't want to go too far inside this 9 ball. Ideally, he would like it straight. That way he can just draw back or stun it and leave the cue ball fairly straight in the 10. So... Oh, I don't know. That's why I was asking if Cobra was still there the other night on the stream, but he never responded, and I haven't seen him since. because I was going to ask him. I mean, you never know, Albie might drop in. Cobra might drop in as well. But anyway, Larry did leave himself fairly straight in the tent for a simple out and a 2-0 lead. So this is the start that Larry wanted. And I think he needed to apply some pressure to Matt. Now, that might be dry. And it is. Now, is that 8 a combo? Yes, it is. Well, that one ball just stayed there, absolutely rock steady, stone dead, didn't move an inch. And he's got enough room for the cut. Now, all he needs to do is just get this a nice weight of shot so that he comes up to the middle of the table for this too. Well, he's gone a bit further. In fact, he's maybe gone too far. He's maybe gone too far. This looks far too tight. I don't think he can get enough of it to pot that. I think that's going to go to the jaw far too soon. Go to the rail too soon. And he's now trying to duck for cover, and he's not got that either. Now, clearly Larry can see enough of this to thin cut it. But he'll do well. I mean, the best he might get out of this is a billiard off the 3 onto the 6. If he bumps the 5 or something, he might have a combo. I don't know, but he's got to try and play for a bump here, I think. Because it's difficult to get out of there clean. And he's got out clean.
Where's the cue ball going?
That's a disaster. And that's not what he wanted. My Chinese is over half an hour. Good God, when I order a Chinese, it can take like 45 minutes. Well, that's not what he wanted. Matt's actually potted the 3 at the same time. He was intended to use that. This is why you have to be careful. You know, he may have blown his chance here because he was using the 3 to get over for the 4. And that's a great shot. That is a very good shot. A great recovery shot. And he certainly wasn't expecting the 3 to go in, considering where he left himself, but he's got out of that very well. It was meant to be here by 7:15. Why did you order it? Yeah, phone them up. Phone them up and ask them where the hell they are. That's what I'd do. Oh, good evening. Welcome to Potman. Well, for latecomers, we've got this match tonight on the one loss side. We've also got the match tomorrow night. And we'll give Matt that to get off the mark. The match tomorrow night we have to follow this one. It's at 8 o'clock, and that's Bedhead and Spectre Dawn. What the hell's happened here? There we go, I think. And Matt's got a couple of balls. The 5 and the 7 have gone. He's sitting good in the 1, and I think that he hasn't rubbed behind that 3, has he? No, he hasn't. I think Larry might be thinking we could be all square here in a minute. Wide open table, just sitting there for the picking. You just got to be careful with what he leaves himself on this 4 ball. Now, he can just nip back off this 4. He's just not got to get into it too much. That'll do. So it's looking even more likely that Larry's good start has gone away already. See, that's got me in the notion to get one now. But I don't want to get one tonight because I don't want to be sitting waiting and something like that when the football's on. I could get one tomorrow night before the live stream. So 2-all. Mat breaking in rack number 5. And it's dry. And this time Larry's the one that's got a break because the 1 ball's on. He's just got to get the cue ball again out, and he might have to jack up in this to dig into the cue ball. Unless he's trying to come below the 2 and play a 2-5-4 combo up the rail, I don't know. And if he doesn't want to take a risk, I think the 6 ball might be in the way as well. Yeah, I think he's trying to get up the table. But if he is, he's got to make sure he gets over to that side, which he has done. And then the other thing is, he needs the angle in this 3 so he can get up the table, well up the table, to be able to play this 4 now. You've got to be careful if you're trying to use the rail and the ball to come around for that 5 because you could miss that 4 ball. He needs to be careful with that. I'm not preempting anything, but he needs to look at that 4 ball and see how deep it is in the jaws. Oh dear, commentator's curse. He's forgotten to pot the 3 in the process. Well, Matt's going to have the same problem if he can actually see the 3. And I think he's got enough of it to pot it, I think. Or is it going to catch that knuckle? That looks tight. That looks tight. I think he's going to push it to the knuckle. Yeah, he's not convinced either. Oh, and the double kiss might have actually done him a huge favour there. Look at that for a result. And Larry's trying to chip the edge of this 3, but you've got to hit this with pace to actually get that 3 ball moving. He's called it up the rail into the top corner pocket. And, well, whatever the hell he was doing there, that never worked out. Well, that's got rid of the 4 ball, which I suppose, as far as Matt's concerned, is pretty good. He's got ball in hand. And, well, that 4 ball really was troublesome where it was sitting deep in the pocket. So that takes care of that. And now Larry's looking at his lead going all together and probably trailing in a minute. Well, this is a problem because he's nailed himself to the rail, so he can only go forward. And he needs to go forward far enough. And he has done. Just got there. I've got a bloody moth fluttering round about my light right in front of me. Where the hell's the bugger gone? It's disappeared. Well, Matt's now got himself in front. First chance at actually extending that, but I think this is dry as well. Yes, it is. Now, is there a ball still spinning, or has something died on us here? What's happened to Larry? Oh, there he is. I thought Larry had gone. Well, this is a bit tricky here. I mean, look at where the 2-ball is. It's up table. Now, the line that I presume he's trying to thin cut this one, but the line this cue ball could end up going up. Well, he's went a lot wider than I thought. What ball? Well, he nudged something else in there, which ends up being a missed call because he also missed the one. Well, good luck to Matt in getting on this too. Well, if this was me, I'd be just taking my medicine and potting the one and then thinning that too and ducking down here on the right-hand side. Well, Matt will probably do something similar. Is he trying to thin cut it, or is he going to actually just stun this up the table and put it in the long grass? Well, that's pretty poor, that. That is not a good effort there, Matt. He's left that way short. Now, Larry's having to jack up to actually kill this cue ball because he wants to see the 3. No, in fact, he's not. Is this going to get there? Is this getting there? Well, the confident shot there would be to stun that in, but Larry's playing it ultra cautious now. I think there's enough room for him to get out. Maybe a little dab of right-hand English on this cue ball to go to the rail and punch it down that side. Don't think he put much on it, if any. I think he was fine. So again, the golden rule with this is get yourself high into the table. Don't leave it short. Well, that'll do. Now he's got to be careful with the scratch in the right-hand side pocket. Unless he's going to go 2 rails and come across. But if he starts digging into the cue ball to stun this in and go to the rail, he needs to be careful with the pocket. I think he's not playing that shot though. No, he's just going to leave it further away. Now, how's the angle in the 6? See, this is a bit dodgy as well. Is he going to risk brushing off the 10 ball and hitting the 10 ball thin enough on its left side? Or is he going to avoid it completely? He's avoiding it completely, so that's even better news. So this is important that Larry does get out. Now again, 10 ball into the right side pocket seems a simple shot to me. Just run forward with the cue ball and open up that angle so you've got a fairly straight pot into the side. Well, I've already sat in the fence interchange X because I can't make up my mind who's going to win this. But Larry had a good start, 2-0 start, and then that disappeared, and now he's got himself back all square. This time, a ball and a break, and this time, whoa, this is a great table. Well, first glance, Larry's looking at this thinking, I've really got to be out here. You know, this is how you end up putting pressure on yourself because you're looking at this table. You've got the 1 and the 2 ball where you don't need to do anything. and you've got everything else sitting wide open. And you've just got to watch you don't get that cue ball married up with another ball where you're cued over it or something like that. As long as you can keep everything clean, you're favourite to get out. Now, well, see, if he just rolls this in, it depends how much this cue ball's going to open out. I think it's going that way, but he should be well away from the 5 ball. He shouldn't be landing on top of it. Well, he's kept inside it. I thought that was going to run away the other way. Well, that'll do, though. He's got a nice little angle, so this is just a little controlled pot. Nothing to do with the cue ball, other than keep it on a decent line where you're potting the 6 and the cue ball's going there for the 7. So you don't want to go too straight on this 6 ball if you can help it. And that'll do. Now, this needs a little stun. Just to stay well away from the 7 and drop onto the short rail.
Where's the cue ball going?
He's into that a bit too good. He's still okay as far as having a pot goes. Now he's got to make up his mind here. And this is all about judging the weight, because you know the cue ball's going that way. You want it to come out somewhere there for this 8 ball. Or is he going to baby this in and stay below the 9 ball? Is that what he's trying to do here? I'm not sure what he's trying to do. Because the cue ball wants to run up table. Yeah, this is going way too far.
Where's the cue ball going?
This is going way too far. A complete disaster again from Larry. That's his 2nd disaster. And this is already looking like Larry can't get away from Matt. Big opportunity. Don't forget how good this table was. And that's the most painful thing of all, is self-inflicted damage. When you do it to yourself, there's nothing more annoying. And that was, again, not very well controlled by Larry. In fact, a touch like a sledgehammer for that cue ball to be running so far. It needed a much more delicate pot on that ball to stop the cue ball leaking away. So that's one that's been gifted to Matt with a 4-3 lead. But Matt can't get any help in the break. He's dry again as well. Well, Larry's going all out for the bank. I've no doubt about that. It's sitting pretty good for the bank. And as long as you play this at the right pace and get the line reasonably good, this has got every chance of going in. Oh, it's going wide, but it's gone in off the jaw. He's sitting good in the 2. Again, this is delicate because you want to play a little jabby nip on that 2 ball, unless he's going outside the 3, so that he doesn't mess about with this 9. I think, see, that's something that's, if you're confident, you'd play that and wouldn't think twice. But I'm not so certain with Larry. See, he's going the safer route. And the problem with the safer route is he has to pot this 3, so that 3 has to get to the hole. Now, if you're trying to dib-dab this in, that you're still better going 2 rails to be 100% certain that you're getting the 3 to the hole. If you start sort of these in-between shots and nipping and trying to just jab it really soft, see, that's the right way to do it. And he's avoided. I thought he was going to duck behind the 9. Well, again, after the last rack, Larry would really want to make amends here. And there's no place, there's no hiding place now. If you're going to go on in the tournament, you've really got to take these. I keep saying it, but it is so important that you've got tables like this where every other day of the week you would expect to run out. Okay, the one little thing, the little caveat on that is the fact it's a 10-foot table and these guys don't play it. So anything can happen, and Larry's already got himself a wee bit awkward in this 5-ball because the cue ball's got to be looked after here. He's just made his life that bit more difficult. Some geezers just knocked the door. What, did you order a Chinese as well, Mark? Needs to slow up. Well, I thought some geezers, I thought you were getting a delivery as well. What, you mean he's went to your address in Leicester instead of his address? No wonder he's over half an hour late. Mind you, it'll be pretty cold when you get it. Now, how tight is that 10-ball? Larry needs to be careful with this 10-ball because he doesn't want to be leaving a big cut in this. This is married to the rail, this 10-ball. It's absolutely frozen solid. And that's going to be an issue. He needs to be aware of that. And I think this is the best idea because, well, he's going to go inside this 9. So now it's imperative that he gets the 9 and nips across that side as flush with the rail as he can for that 10-ball. Because if he's sitting here having to play that cut, then there's a doubt about the 10-ball. So he should already have done his homework and had a good look at it. Well, don't say I didn't warn you, because this is no gimme. No gimme whatsoever. If you just bump this and nudge that rail, it's coming out. You've got to get this flush. And this is a big shot, this 10-ball. And a big swing here if you don't get this in. Watch the cue ball as well. And the pressure's on. Well, it's held its line. Do you see how that wanted to run away to the long rail? And the cue ball's okay. And the brake is dry, as expected. At least I thought it was. But Larry will be relieved. He's left nothing on for Matt. Well, here's the danger again. Matt's played the push out, and let's have a look. How would I deal with this? Well, the problem is trying to duck behind those balls there, you're pushing the one onto the 10-ball, so this isn't quite as simple to deal with. Well, he's tried to get there. He's got it a lot thinner than I thought he would, and he's played it well. I thought that was difficult to judge, but Larry's actually pulled off a shot there. And Matt's in trouble. Albeit, though, the 2-ball... Well, that 2-ball, does it go as well? Aye, the 2-ball goes. Well, Matt's got the hit, but obviously having to play that swerve shot, the cue ball kills in the rail. So here's a great chance for Larry, but the problem is immediate. He can pot the 1, and if he comes into the table on the 2, he would need to be pretty much bolt straight on that 2-ball to pot it and avoid hitting something. The chances are he's going to be nipping the 9 or whatever. on this shot. Well, he did his best to get it straight, but it's touch and go whether he can pot this and get out of there. Clear back, he's not even taking that risk. Well, there's a surprise from Larry that he didn't play the pot in the 2-ball. Has he got that tight on that 7? Has he took that long rail away? No, he hasn't, and that's not a great shot by Larry. It's given Matt control of the table. Matt can use the 6-ball as a stopper, which I think is what he has to do, and he has to aim for that 5-ball. This is what you're aiming for here. This is just like a snooker safety. You're using the 6-ball as a stopper, and you're heading up to the 5-ball. That doesn't look like what he's doing, though. He looks as if he's calling a bank. Well, it looks dead set with the pace, and that was very well played. Fair play to him. He's grabbing the bull by the horns, as I say, and going for it. Oh, I thought that 7-ball was going to nudge him on top of the 5, but everything's okay. So this is a shot. 6-ball is fine. But Larry's cue ball wasn't tight enough with the hook, and it allowed Matt to see that long rail and play a little spinner, chip the ball in, and this is the end result. Larry's losing the rack because of it. And this will hurt as well. I'll have a quick drink. Well, that could have went pear-shaped, but I think he's okay. Well, this is not a gimme. Still got to get it in. But this to regain the lead. Never a doubt.
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, a ball went in the break, but so did the cue ball. The 3-ball's gone, and Larry again has the opportunity to respond. So we'll give him the 1 and the 2. If he leaves himself straight in the 2 like that, he can just stop the cue ball for the 4. Well, it's all about moving up and down the table here. He's got the 4 to the 5. Shouldn't be an issue. You're going to have to dig in. But then he has to get from the 6 to the 7 and the 7 up for the 8. And it all looks straightforward enough. Oh, good evening, good afternoon. Welcome to Blind Hog. Oh, he doesn't want to go too straight in this 6-ball. Now this is, he's got to make sure he underhits this so that he's leaving the higher cut in the 7. He doesn't want to trifle with this 9-ball. The angle he's potting this 6-ball means the cue ball wants to come that way. You see what I mean?
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, he's fortunate that he had the legs on it to get past that 9-ball, because that could have been a disaster again. And that was always the danger with playing that shot. If he wanted to err on the safety side, he should have just hit it with that sort of weight to go there. And well, he's got an angle. It's off the rail and across. And it needs to slow up. And suddenly now it ain't quite as straightforward. He's going to have to just roll this in, go to the long rail and out if he can, and leave that cut in the 9. You don't do anything any more elaborate than that because he's stuck to the rail. Now, let's have a look at this. Well, this is sort of, you've got to make your mind up where you're going here, Larry. The danger is that side pocket if you're coming down this left side. If you're just going to let it go that way. Big shot again for Larry. Because he knows if he don't get this.
Where's the cue ball going?
He's done it again. This is unbelievable. He's done it again. Oh, goodness me. Well, he might as well have done it again because this is horrible. This is horrible. Larry's weight judgment has been off ever so slightly tonight on a couple of shots. But now, big pressure on this 10 ball. Oh, he's nailed it. He has nailed it big time. Cue ball.
Where's the cue ball going?
Cue ball stays in the table. But that was a pressure shot from Larry. And we're back all square. Well, he's got a ball. 7 balls gone. Now he's looking to find somewhere safe. This is, again, just tricky to judge. I mean, he could try playing the 1 off the 4. He could call the 1. I think that's what he's done. Or has he? No, he hasn't. Has he called that? No, he's tried to duck. Well, he's not got the cover. He's left an edge. And Matt can try and use that 6 and 8 ball. Oh, he's got the 10. Well, Larry will be taking the 1 ball on, knowing that he'd be very unlucky not to have a shot in the 2. Because the cue ball sort of wants to go in the right direction through that gap between the 4 and 5. You've got to get the 1 ball, Larry. Is he going to get second prize? Well, no, he isn't. There's a gap. He's still got to work out how much of the rail and the ball he can take to get across the table for this too, because it's not simple. You've got to watch the spin that's in this cue ball, because you can kill it stone dead and be nowhere. Well, it's all worked out pretty good. Right into the spot. That needs to come out. Well, I think if he stuns the 3 in, he can go through the gap, come around the corner and back up the table for the 4. Is he trying to nip across and hold it? Yes, he is. It needs to get there, though. And he's done it very well. Well, nobody's getting away so far up until now. But once again, provided these remaining three go in, it'll be Matt who'll get the first go at opening up that gap. Well, I think he's got a decent enough angle. He just doesn't want to overhit this. Got to stay in a line left or right of either side pocket just below them. And that there is pretty much on the money. This for 6-5. And a 2-ball has flown into the top left-hand corner. And this is going to be an elaborate either billiard or something. If he's going to get aggressive here, he's going to have to bump this fairly firm to stun that cue ball down there and call the 8-ball. No idea whether he'll have a shot in the 1, but I'm not sure whether he's actually deciding to do that. But this looks like if you get a good hit in that 3, that 8-ball's going to go in. But he hasn't called it. He's having another look at it, I think. I don't believe he's thinking he can cut the 1-ball in. I think he's looking at jacking up and stunning to get that that hit on the 8, on the 3, and then onto the 8. No, he's played the 1. Well, the only danger with that is that. See, okay, the way I was talking about it is stunning down with the cue ball. The 1-ball's going to be bouncing about. You're not sure you're going to have a shot in that, but doing that, that was very likely to happen.
Where's the cue ball going?
And that's a disaster in the making. Well, Matt making a mistake at the wrong time. I think, I mean, my shot was 50-50 in terms of having a shot in the 1 as well, but playing the cue ball as soft as that and running in and getting most of the 8-ball, the cue ball only had one direction to go. It was behind the 3. So Larry's had a gift of an opportunity here that he needs to grab with both hands here and stick this away. Well, the pressure's always on Larry as long as Matt's regaining the lead. Larry's having to chase him down each time, and the pressure mounts up as we go deeper into the match. I've just read that, by the way. Delivery driver was older than me. Yeah, you should correct that and say Mark. This needs to run. This is no good. Oh dear. Well, Larry is, you know, the reliability and the touch and the way a shot is not there with Larry. Everything's sort of high and dry and up in the air of whether Larry's going to get there in a certain shot. And he's dead in the water here. He's trying to feather this as thin as he can. He doesn't want to move that 6-ball much. And this looks good. Oh, he's had a brush in the 9. Well, is it good enough though? I think Matt's going all out for the cut here. I don't think he's got any other idea in mind. He's going all out for the cut on this 6-ball. There's no ducking and diving here, I don't think. And the cue ball's hit the knuckle. Oh, and look at where this is ending up. Perfect. Oh, tell a lie. I forgot about the 6-ball. I forgot the 6-ball was there. I take it all back. I thought he was playing for the 7. Forgot about the 6. I think he can still thin this in. Yeah.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh. Well, he's looking from this angle that he's certainly missing the 9, I think. Or even if he brushes it, it'll still be good. I mean, if he caught an edge, he doesn't want to dare doing anything because the cue ball's stuck to the rail again. So if he just brushes this in, no, he's fine. He's well away from it. Well, 2 balls to go for Larry to stay in Matt's tail. Well, no, I would agree with you here, Pig. He won't win one of these, and he won't win one of these for the reasons I've stated. And I swear blind that as long as if he's still using a trackball mouse, he ain't going to win anything. He won't win any tournament because it's not reliable, and I'll stick with that. What's Lassic? That statement doesn't travel well, Interchange X, because I've never heard of Lassic. The trackball's a pile of shit, Coldest Pillar. How negative do you want me to get? I'll tell you, you go and get one and see how quick it takes you to get it out of the packet, get it into the USB or whatever wireless way you're playing it, and how quick it takes you to throw it back into the bin. They're about as reliable as a chocolate watch. That's how reliable trackball mice are for playing this game. I defy anybody to prove me wrong. Bullshit to that, Hair Pig. Of course Larry will beat me. But no for the reasons stated.
Where's the cue ball going?
Oh dear. Well, that's unlucky. I mean, he got the hit. Or did he get the hit? Was it the 2 ball he hit? No, it was the one he was going for. I'm too busy reading the bloody chat and trying to watch what's happening. But either way, it's Matt with ball in hand, bumping the 7 out of the way. Well, this is a big shot here for Matt to get on this 4 ball. There's a narrow window to get on the 4 ball between the 5 and 10. This looks good weight. And that is absolutely perfect. That is perfect. They couldn't have nailed that any better. And he couldn't have done that with a trackball. So Larry under pressure again in a minute or 2 here if Matt can see this through. Because he'll be halfway home. Good evening to Jose. So it's MC_Clarkey representing the UK with this 10 ball for a 7-6 lead. I tell you, you know something? I'll tell you what the worst outcome would be. If Larry turned around and said, I haven't been using a crack ball for years, I went back to a mouse years ago. If he told me that, I would say, well, you want to get a better mouse, period, because there's no way. I will say this until I'm blue in the face. There is no way that Larry can win a big tournament like these with a trackball mouse. If he went to a mouse and stuck with it for a period of months, I can guarantee you it would be far more reliable. That's one thing I can guarantee 100%. There are shots he would be far more reliable on. He would have a lot more confidence in playing the shot and executing the shots. There are certain shots that crack balls are not the best thing to be using to try and play them. I'll stick by that, and nobody will convince me anything different, because I've tried them. I think Matt's okay. I think he's fine. He's not that hampered by the 9. He's just got to watch the cue ball again. But the difference now is it's a 2-rack lead here. Well, is that the turning point? Because that's, apart from Larry being up 2-0 at the beginning of the match, this is the first time that Matt has had a 2-rack lead heading towards the business end of the match. But he's immediately come up dry. Larry's got a far-fetched 110 combo if he fancies that. But the difficulty here is trying to hide the 1 ball or the cue ball. But he's made a good effort at it. And I would settle for that. In fact, that's pretty good, because it's difficult looking to find a path, and I think Matt will give that idea up. I think he might be better just trying to tie something up here if he can. But that leaves him vulnerable to the three foul situation. But he's trying to find a line to get to that one, and I'm not convinced. It's tight past that 9. Yeah, it was tight past the 9, and now he could be in serious trouble here. Now, Larry obviously with ball in hand. The problem is that 3 ball I don't think goes past the 5. If Larry potted the 1 and the 2, there's not a lot he can do with the 3 ball, I don't think. So if he wanted to, he could easily nail Matt to one of those balls there, but Larry's looking at bumping the 5 out of the way and playing the 2 next by the look of it. Yeah. That's exactly what he's doing. Well, once you've made that choice, once you've made that decision, then you better do it. You better follow it through and get the job done. Because he did have the chance there to put Matt in trouble. Is it going too straight? He's got a slight angle, but he's going to have to bump this in. He's going to have to bump this in and get the cue ball running a wee bit. Yeah, that's the problem. And now things are just threatening to go pear-shaped again. I think he's still got the thin cut. But just because he ended up getting too straight, and this cue ball's going to be running loose. Oh, he's played the bank instead, and he's hung it. It's done everything but go in. Well, there you go. And this could be a severe dent in Larry's survival here. Hogg would go last in the queue at the trough. That would be his punishment. Sent down to the back of the queue. Well, this looks all but certain that Matt is going to stretch this to a 3-rack lead. Now again, this is the golden rule. Get yourself past the side pocket, whatever side you choose. Parallel minimum with the side pocket. Now he's underhit that. In fact, he's bottled out in that quite a bit there, Matt. And not only that, he's missed the 9. Well, that's a choker there from Matt, if ever you've seen one. He's trying to be coy and careful, and you've got to stroke the ball. And he's hung the 9 and given Larry an unexpected lifeline. And Larry's got the touch this time. That's pretty good. And considering Larry had given up this rack, this is a big handout from Matt. Well, that's a big change there. From in the blink of an eye, being 3 racks down, back to only 1 rack down. But I didn't see anything go. Where's the 2 ball going though? The 2 ball's definitely got in. And he's on the 1. And that 3 ball goes up past the 7. 4 ball. Oh, now. That 4 ball is all but touching the rail. Well, this would just be a little dink in if he's going to play the 3 up past the 7. Well, I believe he's still going to play it up past the 7, but the problem is he has to nip and hold the cue ball, though. He doesn't want the cue ball to run away up table. Right, and now I'm going to switch my phone to the football, so I'll need to look at the chat on my second monitor because I want to see what's happening in the Celtic game. Hang on a minute. Now, does that 6 ball go? Yes, it does. Well, Matt opens that gap again to 2, and I can't find the Celtic game. What the hell's happening here? Why can't I see? I'm on Discovery Plus, and all the live Champions League matches are on tonight. But I cannot see the Bayern Celtic game. What the hell's happened there? Has it been postponed for some reason? I cannot find it. So there's something weird going on. I don't know what the hell's going on here at all. I'm doing a search and I can't find a live match. Bayern Munich. There's definitely something weird happening here. I cannot find the bloody match. That's annoying. Anyway, I'll just have to leave it at the moment. It's looking like Matt's stretching for this 3 lead again. Well, it's all going to probably hinge on this 6 ball. Oh, again, just got to watch the cue ball. The cue ball's fine. The weight is fine. The angle's fine. So all he has to do is get down into the table. Overhit it, if anything. Never underhit it. Well, this looks as if it's almost taking the match away from Larry. A big 3-rack lead in a race to 13, with Matt needing 3, is a tall order for Larry to get out of this hole. That needs to spin, and it has done. A good result there for Larry. He's going to have to dig deep to get out of this. And as usual, he's going to need a little bit of assistance, I think. Yeah, that was difficult to judge. Now Larry's, he's got to do this the right way. I mean, I don't think that 3-ball goes. He's going to try and draw and get lucky here. And this could end up really ugly. And it's ended up ugly because that 3-ball, as far as I can see, ain't potting. Nope, no way that's potting. And this is tricky to keep safe. And he has done just. Well, now this is something that needs a little touch just to duck out the back of that 4. Try and cover all of that 3-ball. Well, I think he can still get to that, spinning it off the rail and catching the 3. But all he really wants to do is just brush it down the rail, I think, a little bit. He's looking at finding a gap there. Problem is that this would be a much better odds of going in if the 3-ball was near the rail, and it isn't. Oh, now the bump in the 4, look what's happened there. That's knocked the 4 dead. But Larry's got to pot the 3, come off the edge of that 4, use the 8-ball as a stopper. That's what he should be doing. I don't know that he can though, because he's too high in this 3. That's the problem there. So he's going to have to go the other way. And he has to miss these balls if he's going to play. Is he trying to bump the 6? Well, it would have been better if he was so much tighter to that 8-ball. Matt can jack up and spin this to the rail and come in at the back of the 4. Yeah, see, that doesn't stop him getting there. Oh, he actually got it too good. But I don't know whether Larry can get enough of that. Well, he can get the cue ball in there, so. Well, now Larry's committed. If he's going to pot this 4, he's got to leave an angle to get out into the table a bit for this 5, if he's going to do that, because he has to be able to work the cue ball to get to the 6, and that's the horrible part of this visit. He's got to make that choice. And this could fail right off the bat if he doesn't get good in the 5. Well, he's trying to go above it. Well, this needs to open out. Well, I'm not convinced that this could end up good. The cue ball wants to go left, but look at where the 6-ball's sitting. And that's 7 balls in the way. This could all come apart at the seams here.
Where's the cue ball going?
Well, the best thing about that shot was he didn't scratch. Well, that was doomed not to work out where Larry had finished. But he can consider himself lucky the cue ball's still in the table. And Matt tightens the screw that little bit more. And now Larry's having to kick and hope. Well, it's all legal and clean. And he's not left anything simple. I mean, that 5-ball well thin cut. The cue ball's going to run straight into the 6. And then, of course, you're hoping that you're going to come out good. Well, first of all, he's got the cut. Secondly, he's got the hit in the 6. And third part of it is he's got a shot. And this cue ball just needs to come back up into the table, up past the halfway line. But that's 7-ball into the side. And that looks good pace. And it's not that bad. He's just got to hold the cue ball a wee bit more here. It's thin enough. And he's just making sure he's not scratching. Just dragging the pace off it. Needs to keep going. Well, Larry, you better get ready here because this ain't no gimme, this 9-ball. It might be a lifeline. You never know. And there you go. And this cue ball needs to spin or Larry's got no shot. And it has spun and he has got a shot. And this is a nice angle just to come out into the table, open up the line on that 10-ball for a fairly straight pot. Top right. But you can't underhit this. You can't be leaving it a blind back cut. And that's perfect. Well, again, Larry, staring at 4 racks behind, has this 10-ball to get it back to within 2. And now things need to happen. He needs a ball, a shot, and a run out. Simple as that. But above all, at the very least, he needs control of the table. And I don't think he's getting any joy here. And he ain't got control of the table. And Matt's got a shot. And that 3 goes through the gap as well, I bet you. And it does. It goes right through the gap. He's probably going to have to play a 4-9 combo. Now, the only other thing is the 5 doesn't go anywhere. So this isn't cut and dried, this visit. So, accept that you're going to be playing the combo. He's actually into that too good there. He's overhit that slightly. But he's probably going to be ducking. Well, clearly he's going to be ducking unless if he's ended up with provided he gets the combo, if he's got a shot in the 4 and has any sort of line off that 4-ball, he could try a bump in the 5-6, but the very least he should be sticking Larry in trouble. Yeah, it was never a 100% guarantee he was going to get the combo though. Well, Larry's in a similar situation. And this, he's going to have to cut that 4 back slightly. I know it sounds awkward, but he's going to have to get it thin so that he's cutting it to that 9 so it will go in. And that's exactly how he's played it. And now this suddenly gets very difficult. This is difficult to play this safe. It's touchy to get the very thin edge and come around and down. Very thin edge you need. As thin as you dare. Well, that, he will be happy with that because Matt is in trouble here. Hampered severely with that 10 ball. And this makes the shot difficult to get the right thickness in this 4 ball. The 5 ball is still not moved and it's still dead in the water. So whoever gets the 4 ball ain't guaranteed they're getting out. And Matt trying for the snooker safety, trying to get that 4 ball to the rail, and he hasn't quite got there. And Larry can thin cut this, but that's half the battle. It's then what he comes up with for the safety in this 5 ball that matters. He can thin this, so he needs to give it a bit of pace to get the 4 ball moving. But that's the least of his worries. So the extension is gone, and Larry's given this 100%. Well, that needs to stop there. And this is a touchy shot to play with a trackball mouse. This shot here that Larry's trying to play. And see, that's terrible. You know, he didn't get that. He got that too thick because he ends up sort of banking the 5 and bumping the 6 too heavy. And he's opened everything out. And that is exactly because, you know, there's no comfort in trying to play those type of shots with a trackball. Telling you. And that was actually a very poor shot by Larry. Very poor. Yeah, it's tough with a mouse, but it's a lot more... It's difficult to get the point across. If you are used to a mouse and you grab a trackball mouse and you play VP4 for 15-20 minutes, you will see and appreciate how difficult it is to control anything with one of these trackball mice, and especially little shots like that, little touchy shots that you see Matt stroking pretty good most of the time. That's where Larry really struggles. And there's an incredible amount of unreliability about him when he's playing certain strokes. And I could see that coming with that shot. But to try and play the similar shot with a normal mouse, one that you've got dialed in and you know what you're doing with it, you're a lot more comfortable in executing the shot because you'll go through with the stroke. Larry actually got the line wrong in that. That's how he ended up hitting the 6 ball too thick and too much weight on it. No, I've already done all that. I've tried 2 different trackball mice. Total waste of time. In fact, I've actually got 3. One's a wee tiny handheld one, which is a trackball mouse. It's got a wee ball in the top. Absolutely useless for VP4. Aye, Larry has the gaming one. Well, that's a name for it. That's all it is. It's just a name for it. The bit that's always puzzled me, though, is that if Larry's still genuinely using a trackball mouse and he's got that new one that he showed us, if he's using that and he's never been prepared to go back to. You don't need to buy an expensive mouse. You can buy a mouse for a few bucks, and a cheap wired mouse, and try that, and he'll see the difference. I don't know how long it is when he hasn't had a normal mouse. I haven't a clue, but anyway, if he wants to stick with it, good luck to him, but it's not done him any favours. Let's be honest. I still say he'd be twice the player he is if he went to a normal mouse. I mean, the proof is that in what happens in these big tournaments, he just does not get there and get the job done. And he's had loads of opportunities to do it. And it's becoming more and more difficult for him to survive in these, because he's heading over to the one-loss side a lot sooner than he would like most times now. And now he's hanging on by the skin of his teeth here. And a testy 10 ball to get it back to within 2. So who's everybody that plays with a trackball? There is not one. There's only one person in VP4 that I know plays with a trackball mouse, or says that they play with a trackball mouse, and that's Larry. Nobody else, no other sane human being I've ever met in VP4 says that I'm playing with a trackball mouse. Nobody. In fact, I think anybody that is embarrassed to admit it. There you go. How do you like them apples? They're so ashamed that they've got a trackball mouse. And they haven't worked out that that's why they've been playing shit for years and not getting any better. It's because they've got a trackball mouse. And they ain't holding their hands up and saying, I've got a trackball mouse. Nobody's saying they've got a trackball mouse. Only Larry is. Yeah, that one that you've seen in Google, that's the one Larry says he's now got, or he was buying. I mean, to be honest with you, I think you've got as much chance of playing VP4 with a brick, with a wired brick, than you have with a trackball mouse. Anyway. Well, I'm going to say it. As long as Matt can get out of this 5 ball and get an angle off this 6 ball and draw down to this 7 ball, he's going to be halfway home and on the hill. It's all hinging on from the 7 to the 8. He doesn't want to be straight. So now he can, if he wants to, he can go up top as far as he wants to play the 8 ball on the side. He can come back down that side if he wants to play the 8 ball in the other corner. He's just left himself a wee bit short here. There's work to do. That's well controlled. Needs to get off the rail though. I think he's still fine though. So this match has been on for 90 minutes. And Matt is on the hill. Well, it's all or nothing now for Larry if he gets a sniff. But it's a huge, tall order And the brake is dry. Now, this is a reminder before people run away. Don't forget to join us tomorrow night on VP4TV. We've got Bedhead Inspector Dawn at 2000 hours, 8 PM GMT tomorrow. I'll be there for that. I hope you can join us. Now, there's Larry finally delivered the follow through and the push in that one ball there. And you see how tight he's got it. That now cuts out a big chunk of the rail, and Matt having to spin the cue ball to get there. Oh, but look at the end result though. Look at the outcome for Matt. He's got, in fact, tell a lie, low ball not hit. Does Larry realise he's got ball in hand? Aye, he does. I just noticed that myself in the HUD. Well, no prizes for guessing what Larry needs to do here. The big problem's fairly immediate. He's got to play this 2-ball and probably leave the cue ball sort of there or just back from the 2 to leave the angle to pot the 3 and come around the back of this 4. I think he needs to stun this in and take his medicine and play the 4 long. He needs to stun across a bit more than that though. Well, okay, it's not bad because he can cut this up the table and the cue ball still coming out. There's the worry for me, that 10 ball. That's the worry. I think he's going to come through the gap though. I think it looks like the line is he's going to be well through the gap. Yeah. So, now that's perfect on the 5. He couldn't be any better on that 5 ball. The angle's perfect. He can either stun directly down or go to the rail and come up. And again, needs the angle. Now you see, that is just getting a bit straight. He can still work this, but it'd be probably better just drawing it back to sort of there and leaving the longer cut. Does he want to get more elaborate? He's trying to get up. He could end up going square. Needs a bump. And now it's up in the air. He needs a good pot. Hanging on by his fingernails here, Larry. He goes to the rail, comes back across. He's on the 8-ball. He's nailed that. Now that needs to slow up. Well, he's got nothing to do to get on the 9, let's be honest. Just roll that 8 in, kill the cue ball on the 9, roll the 10 into the side. He's in double figures here, Larry. I'm not going to jinx him. There's always one surefire thing about Larry. He ain't gonna up and quit, regardless of what the hell he's playing with. He won't give up. There's no give up in Larry. Never has been. And you've just got to go through the motions. He needs a ball and a shot though. He needs a ball and a shot. 4 balls going in, and he's got a shot in the 1. Oh, look at the 3 ball though. The 3 balls isolated. And again, you've got to go full-blooded for this 1 ball and hit it so that you're going 2 rails back into the table for the 2. If he starts playing this mollycoddling the 1 ball in, that's doomed to failure. I think you've got to go for this 100%. But he hasn't hit it. He hasn't hit it. He has not hit the shot. And this is horrible. Oh dear. Well, the one thing I would say is if he thin cuts this in, this cue ball's heading in the right direction. That's all I'm saying. Oh, he stunned it and needs a bump. Needs to bounce. Well, that'll do it. That's worked out a treat. Now the problem, he can go to the rail and spin this up to the 5. He's just got to not stun it too quick. They could end up running into something. Yeah, he's using the stun and the spin. Now anything but straight. Well, he's got a slight angle, but he's got to take his medicine here. I think he's just got to get out and somewhere. Does he want to really try and get up here and mess about with the 7 ball? I don't even know whether he can get there. Yep, just get across and leave the bedhead cut. That's probably the safest thing to do. Well, I think the one thing he's got to be sure of here that he hits this with a reasonable pace, because he doesn't want to bump the 10 and get stuck behind the 8 or anything daft happen. Well, he's avoided them. And now the trouble starts, because he's bolt straight in this 7. And look at where the 8 is. That 8-10 stone wall combo. He's trying to get into a shallow angle for this 8, but my God, the 8 is bad enough. It's getting the shot in the 9. Well, good luck. More or less to stay alive here for Larry. Every shot's to stay alive now. Is he going to take any of this 10 ball? Is this going to push the cue ball further up the table away from the 9? Yeah, that was far too much to ask. Now how's his luck? And it ain't good. Matt's got a delicate little draw. He doesn't want to overjuice this. He just wants to come back to leave the cut. And he'll be up into the table for the 10. And it's all over as long as this 8 ball goes in. And that's exactly the shot he wanted. Just enough to get to that 9. And then up into the table for the 10. And that was just one shot too many for Larry. That was too tough. And so Matt marches on. And it's been a hard-fought win. It definitely has been. And he's made his fair share of mistakes as well tonight, Matt. He knows that. And on another day, he might not have got away with it, but he has done tonight. So Matt is through, and Larry goes home for yet another year in this tournament. What am I looking for? That's what I'm looking for. If we now look at the schedule, as a reminder again, we'll get that match tomorrow night with Bedhead and Spectre Dawn. If we look at the bracket, we will see that, where the hell is that in the bracket? There we go. We'll see that Matt has gone through on that one loss side, and he's now waiting on the loser coming through. And needless to say, it's going to be the loser of the Cobra Albinario match. Now, they've still got until the 24th to arrange their match, and Cobra hasn't been in tonight, so Albi's not been there either, so we can't ask them what's happening. I've no doubt that proposals will have been sent. I've no doubt about that. Now, further down, again, Interchange X sitting high and dry on his own, waiting on the winner of that match. So that's still to come. But in the meantime, we'll get that match tomorrow night. I'll be there for that. I hope you can join us. I'm off to try and catch a bit of the football. And I will bid you good night. And well done to Matt. Good luck in that next round. And we'll see you tomorrow. Take care, folks. And good night.
No bar, no pinball machines, no bowling alleys, just pool. Nothing else.